Okay, hello everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to another live stream. Nice and sunny in the UK today. Actually, I know I give a little weather update every time, but there you go. Good afternoon, everyone. It's been 15 days since I bought Pip Hunter package and still can't use it in TradingView and can't find it anywhere. That's pretty strange. If you try to log out of your TradingView account and then log back in, it should refresh the cache and should be there. Obviously, if it's still not there, then you need to let me know because that's not normal. Not in Liverpool. It's unfortunate. It is in Colchester right now. It's actually quite nice and sunny. For anyone who was watching on the car chat on the Discord, my moped is arriving today. The one that I ordered. Oops, I forgot to post the link on the Discord. Yeah, so sorry, I'm just getting everything set up. Yeah, so thanks. I'll try that. Yeah, just let me know if it doesn't work, because you should definitely have it by now. And if not, send me a message on Discord, or you can let me know in the stream. Yeah, so just quickly before we start today, I just wanted to show this perfect entry I got. When was it? 10th. Was that Friday? Yeah, so this was on a Friday. Short I got made about £1,500, 1,500 just off this little move here. Closed on the second bounce over there because I saw the sell star again, so I kept holding, but then there was a second bounce off of this same level here, so I just closed out. So yeah, made about 1,500 on that one. Nice little perfect entry right there. Just to quickly run through it, we are below the 200 simple moving average, so we're looking for shorts. We have the downwards cross in the stochastic RSI from a level of, I mean, I know it says 80 plus. This was pretty much straight on 80, so still a valid trade. Both of my LMIs go red, and then the sell star had already appeared earlier. So the reason I didn't take the previous sell star was it was just too close to the 200 moving average. So I waited for a clearer breakout from it, and then just went with this one as I saw the setup happen. So that was a pretty nice trade there that I had. Good morning everyone. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so that's just a little kind of example of like my strategy, and then what a perfect entry was. So entered on this candle and then closed down here. So yeah, that's just a quick little example for you. I will be recording a full strategy video later today, which will be uploaded tomorrow for everyone, because I know I'm getting quite a few questions about it. It's pretty simple. I've just I was thinking of calling it like, you know, the lazy day trader or something, just to like, so it has a nice ring to it, and it's just, you know, it's as simple as it gets. Like, you just wait for all the different variables to line up, and that's the only time you take any trades. What is the delta period? So delta, I assume you're talking about the LMI, I'm not sure, but I've got one on 40 and one on 10. So those are the delta periods for the LMI, and then my TDS is 40. But like I said, I'll have a full video on that later. So please keep an eye out for that. I'll send a message in the Discord as well. Looks to be overbought on 50-minute and hourly. Yes. So it will be interesting to see. Oops, that looks a bit messy on the hourly now, just because of the text. But so what we could see happen here is just a touch of the 200 before falling back off. That's what the RSI would, you know, is indicating to us it's already overbought on both the 15-minute and the hourly, which isn't a good sign for a very bullish open. So the US session could be a bit quiet today. In terms of levels, currently at resistance right now. So uses support on these levels down here, but obviously as we've broken through, it's now a resistance. So we got that level. Do you have to borrow money to short? I mean, in theory, yes, but not actually. Yeah, I mean, so like technically speaking, you are going to borrow money from your broker, but it's not like a low. I mean, if you have money in your account to pay for it, then it's fine, basically. Do you think it's going to be a bearish or bullish market? Right now, things aren't looking too solid for a bullish open. As we've said, RSI level is pretty high on the 15 minutes as well as the hourly. So not looking for a crazy open. Hey Buzz, got another question. Is it possible to have alerts done when there's a star? Yep. So if you're talking about the TDS, you'd have TDS here, and then so this one here is for the sell star, so the open. So the bearish open is for a sell star, and the bullish open is for a buy star. So that's when you'd have alerts for your stars forming, and then put it to once per bar close. So then you get the alert only when the bar is actually closed and the signal is still valid. Anyway, so we're now at market open. Let's just sit back and watch what happens. So like I said, we're not really looking for a bullish open right now. The RSI level is pretty overstretched, especially on the hourly. If you have a correlation between, especially the 15-minute and the hourly like this, then it's not looking too promising for a very bullish open. So if there's a correlation, which there usually isn't, but if there is a correlation, then that's an even stronger kind of a confluence. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep watching. Love these videos. Thanks, Regis. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, so we'll just sit back and watch, see what happens. But so the 200 moving average that is this thick white line right here. It's a very strong zone for support and resistance. So the price kind of likes to be around it. So anything that's too near the 200 moving average like this is not tradable at the moment. You're waiting for a clear breakout. I mean, if I just go back and show you just all of this around the 200 moving average, so around this thick white line right here, it's all pretty messy and untradeable. And the only times you really can get in are the nice kind of breakouts, like here, for example. But anything too close to it, it gets a bit messy, as I'm sure you can see. But let's just keep an eye on this. I'm just gonna get rid of everything. So the main level we're looking at right now is if this candle closes above, then it's obviously using it as support. It would break through, and now it becomes support. And then we're looking for the next zone of resistance, which, again, anything too near the 200 is already a resistance. So we don't really have to draw any zones just yet, because this is the most powerful form of support and resistance you can be in. What time frame are you looking on? 15 minutes. Is the 200 acting as resistance at the moment? Yes, it is indeed. It's the most powerful one there is. So Buzz is... So the only alerts I have, Buzz, are the ones for the stars. And then every time I get a star, I check if everything else is lining up. So I don't have like separate alerts for each one, because I find it can get a bit kind of annoying. So yeah, so the only thing I have on is for the stars, and then from that point, I quickly jump on and check if everything else is lining up. So it looks like the price is moving upwards quite strongly, but again, anything too close to the 200 like this, very uncertain. Also, it's very important to wait for candle closure, because as we've seen a lot of times on this stream, it's kind of looking like this, and then in the next 11 minutes it then retraces, and you've just got this large rejection wick before it kind of falls off again. So candle closure and anything too near this 200 is not very tradable at all. So we'll just keep watching. If trading 30 minutes, should I be worried about what happens on 15-minute? Yeah, so those time frames are pretty similar. So you should definitely have an idea of what's going on the 15-minute. If you want a better entry on your 30 minutes, then you could use the 15 minutes, because often like the RSI levels are different. So say if you're entering a buy on your 30 minutes, you can then switch to 15 minutes and wait till it's, the RSI is at a low level or oversold, and then place your entry on the 15-minute, so you get like a cleaner entry, and then switch back to the 30-minute for the rest of your trade. So that's what I would do. It's the same, it's the same. I'm trading on the 15-minute, but I like to know what's happening on the hourly, for example. Just it's very important to have an overall view of all the different time frames. Yeah. So, sorry, just responding to some messages. Hello, Brutus. This may have been asked numerous times, so apologies. Would it differ if we use the 200 EMA? Yeah, so the exponential moving average, essentially, it puts more weight on recent prices. So the line, it kind of reduces the lag in the way that the line is formed, and the gradient of it as well. So the EMA will show you a different, like 200 moving average, basically. So the EMAs react quicker to price moves and are often closer to the current price. But for this, for my strategy, the simple moving average, it completely does the job. So you could say it's kind of slower moving, but it's just what I've learned to use. And yeah, I mean, it's really kind of personal preference. As I was going through making this strategy, I just found that I preferred the simple moving average over the exponential moving average. I'm hearing bad things about funding talent. I know FTMO is reliable. Do you know how my Forex funds is? So, I mean, I'm not really too qualified to answer on that, because I'm not a funded trader. But to be fair, in the prop firm in the prop firm discussion, sorry, just quickly, by the way, this is exactly what we're seeing right now. Everything we were just talking about, right? So I'll just turn the TDS off for you. So, right, let's just say, for example, you saw this open candle and you saw it shooting upwards, right? And you're thinking, okay, well, it's going to be a bullish open. This is exactly what I was talking about. Why you need to wait for candle closure. How important the 200 moving average is as a resistance or a support. So hopefully, guys, you just saw that in real time. Like if you go back 10 minutes, you can hear me saying exactly those things, right? Because as we've seen many times on this stream, and this is what I said, is it's made, it's kind of made a run for it, but then towards the end of the candle, it's completely retraced and like fallen off. So if you'd been faked out with a buy here as it's breaking through the 200, you would probably have been stopped out already. So that's hopefully a real-time kind of example between like everything I was saying, basically about waiting for candle closure and not jumping into trades. It bounced off the 200. Yes, it did. Yeah. So sorry about the funded question. I've heard good things about my forex funds actually. I don't think they're as large as the other ones, but I've actually heard some pretty good things about them. So yeah, I think you should probably be all right with my forex funds. Jamie says, "Are you with IML?" I'm not really sure what that means, Jamie. If you could just rephrase that question. 200 is the 200 simple moving average. Sorry, just yeah, they're the same thing. Waiting on the star and the LMIs. Yes, correct. Although this is quite a hefty candle to enter on. So we'll see what happens. Let me just draw a couple zones here. And we'll see where it goes. Okay. Right. So we'll keep watching from here. I kind of wish I'd put a sell on, really, because I actually made, well, we all made the correct analysis together. I mean, I know it's not really following the strategy completely, but that's pretty annoying. That's like, it's the only problem with these streams is I'm not often actually thinking about placing anything. I'm kind of more worried about answering questions and doing my analysis. But anyway, it's not a problem. What amount did you start trading with? So when I first started, I was working as a lifeguard, I guess full time for a year, and I saved up, I think, £6,000. And then I lost that all within 2 weeks. So I saved up for a whole year, working 6 days a week, and then blew it all in a matter of 2 weeks. And then, so obviously, that it kind of affected me big time. So I took a step back, educated myself, started on a demo account. And then until I was profitable on the demo, that's only when I started putting in real money again. And then I think I put in another £5,000, and then the rest is history. But yeah, it was a rough start. I literally, I was 18 years old, saved up for an entire year, working 8-hour shifts, 6 days a week, on £8 an hour, and then lost it all within the space of 2 weeks. So a year's work just completely down the drain. But anyway, that's it's just one of those stories that has made me kind of work harder than a lot of other people because of how like how much that affected me, basically. So I made a promise to myself. I'm never going to let that happen again, basically. So yeah, maybe the best thing that could have happened to you. Yeah, I think like if that was the cost of learning how to make money from trading, if that was the upfront cost, then since then, I can't really complain. But it was definitely hard to deal with at the time. I I had a girlfriend. I was supposed to be paying for things, and I just completely blew all my money. So anyway, that's enough about my personal story. Hello and greetings to everyone. I want to start trading a funded account and also use rules-based strategies with Pip Hunter indicators. Please share some advice. Well, Robert, I mean, we have a lot of educational stuff on our Discord if you're a paid member. So if you have access to the Pip Hunter indicators, if not, I mean, I'm releasing a strategy video later today, so that should be able to help you with a rules-based strategy. Could you give us an idea of the moment it all clicked for you? It's kind of hard to give an exact moment. I think because when I first taught myself, I was just like naked chart trading, right? So I'd have kind of all these indicators off, and then I would just be I'd be trading with zones like this, and obviously trend lines, fib retracements, all the kind of um, I guess the free stuff, or the simple price action stuff, and then I just started to be able to spot uh, I don't know, like double bottoms, uh, trend reversals, just by using very very simple stuff, and then as soon as it clicked that I was able to trade with things like that, and I started making money like that, then I'm like, okay, and then obviously we branched out into indicators, just to make life a bit easier for everyone. But yeah, so really, like, I just started. It started. It's like a language, It just started making sense to me. Everything I could see in front of me just actually started to make sense. All the shapes, all the patterns, price action, structure. It all started to make sense because I was like swing trading, right? So on the hourly, and I'd identify these zones of order blocks, institutional trading, things like that. And I would wait like weeks and weeks between trades, if I had to. But each time I got one, it was like, yeah, I'm in an order block right now, and it would just completely go crazy. So that's the whole thing about, I preach like the whole patience thing. It's because I learned to trade with like a naked chart pretty much. So if you're trading on the hourly with a naked chart, there's only very few times that all the criteria line up. Um, just quickly speaking on this chart, so we do have the sell star now. However, I would be pretty cautious uh, about actually selling now, just because, as you can see, we've got a couple pretty major zones right here. Oh wow, that's actually, it's fallen off quite a bit. So we've got a couple pretty major zones as we speak, that we need to keep an eye on. So yeah, I would actually, I mean, again, regardless of what the indicators are saying, this is where you need to use your own analysis to identify if this is actually a good time to buy. Oh wow, that's a major head and shoulders, it looks like. If it breaks through here though, of course, but that would be pretty huge. Maybe we've reached the high of the year, who knows? Sorry, I'm got a bit sidetracked. Could you give a, yeah, feel your pain, bro. I'm 20,000 down at 20 trying to trade. Wow. I'm 20 as well. That's a lot of money to have lost already, but if you keep applying yourself to it, you can make it work. You can use myself as an example. You don't have to start with much. If you keep, sorry, there's a big truck outside. If you keep increasing your percentages, so a 5% win becomes £100, and then it becomes £500, and it becomes £1,000. Very soon, you're making the exact same trades, same risk, same everything, but the money's increasing. If you've lost 20k at 20 years old, I would recommend just going on a demo account for the next year, probably, if you're down that much. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. It is doable. I just turned 20. I'm at university. I don't have to work. I can buy nice things. I can treat my girlfriend. So just use me as an example. Lost about 10k recently. Sorry to hear that. I know it sucks. I've pretty much been exactly where you are. Advice regarding prop firms. My Forex funds sounds pretty promising. Funding Talent, I haven't heard. I know they've had quite a bit of like a rough recent history, basically. So I'm not sure if I'd go with Funding Talent just yet. But My Forex funds definitely sounds the most promising at the moment. Like that moment in the Matrix when Neo starts to believe. Yeah, pretty much. It just clicked because I just spent, I just kind of forced myself to spend all day, well, as much time as I can, looking at charts, watching videos, reading about like different market ideas on the internet, um, and then at that point it clicked. Which uni you at? University of Essex, studying economics. So that ties in nicely to what I'm doing, because this year we have a whole module on financial instruments, capital markets, and different policies and stuff. So yeah, that actually ties in quite nicely. Can you explain Head and Shoulders? You see, well, sorry, I didn't mean to say I actually see a Head and Shoulders, but I was just saying. So here you've got the shoulder, here you've got the head, and then if we break back down to this level and it creates another shoulder, then you've got the Head and Shoulders. But this is like almost half a Head and Shoulders basically. But it's like, I'm not saying that it's guaranteed. It could just be using this. We've got this pretty major support level right here, and then it could continue to bounce upwards. But if we form a second shoulder, then it would be a Head and Shoulders. So I was just kind of just brainstorming. I didn't actually mean that there was a Head and Shoulders in play right now. Okay, so just quickly on the chart. Again, this is pretty much exactly what I was just saying about being hesitant to sell right here. Regardless of what the indicators are saying, you've got this large wick to the downside. You've got 3 bounces on this level if this candle closes in this way. I mean, I know everything's lining up, but you have to look at the rest of the market structure, right? It will always, if you hear anyone saying, that you don't need price action or market structure with indicators, then they're lying to you. So please don't feel like I'm just saying these indicators will do everything for you. It's just to help you with your entries, and that's exactly how to use them. This would have been a nice trade, actually. This one down here. So that was just a continuation of the one I got in the other day. But again, high RSI, overbought. We're below 200. Everything is lining up on that star there. But yeah, that's a pretty interesting open today, actually. A lot of things to talk about. If there's some more questions, please feel free to ask. It can be quite hard trying to talk to a chart that doesn't actually move all that quickly for like 40 minutes at a time. So please just use this time to ask some questions and stuff. Yeah, and I mean it's pretty hard to just articulate things from the top of my head all the time. So you guys asking questions, that it helps a lot. So yeah, I mean if you don't, then we can just end the stream early. Then you can ask me any questions on Discord. But yeah, just want you guys to get as much value from this as you can, and that means I don't have to sit here desperately trying to think of things to say. It will get better as I do more streams. This is stream number 20, I believe. So we're definitely making some progress in this streaming department, and I think my articulation has gotten better as well. So are we waiting on it to bounce back off the above support level near the red star? Right now, yeah, I mean, it's pretty difficult to really say much. Obviously, in terms of the strategy, if we were looking for buys, then we'd be breaking up here before looking for any buys. However, this hourly, right? If we close below this, and then the following candle, if we start to break through these levels on the hourly, you could go for a swing trade just because of how high the RSI is. If that's more your style, but again, just extreme caution because this is a very major support level we're at right now. But yeah, so the hourly's got is showing some promise. Again, if we break through these zones, that'll be a lovely trade right there. Any new indicators or updates and plans? So the coder, the wizard, as I'm sure you guys have seen him, he's always coding things, always making updates. So that is definitely in the works. He's always working on something. I'll update everyone when that's all released. What is your absolute favorite thing to trade, and why? That would be, I was about to say NAS 100, but actually the DAX is really nice to trade. DE30, the German index, is actually very nice to trade. It really kind of it really respects zone to zone trading, so it's it's pretty easy to just buy on support, sell on resistance. So the DAX is actually really quite nice to trade. But I think I still have to give it to Nasdaq. This is where I've made most of my money. This is where I started on Nasdaq, because I kind of came from a bit more of like a stocks and shares background. I have a stocks and shares portfolio. And obviously a lot of the stuff that I have money in is in Nasdaq, just because it's tech-based stocks, and then it just kind of it it makes sense to me, because if the market's having a bad day, and I'm losing money on my stock account, then I can come in and I can short it, and then I can make some of that money back, if that makes sense. So that's kind of why I like NAS 100, and I definitely think it's the most fun, the most kind of like volatile index to trade. But yeah, NAS 100 is my favorite. Just want to say thank you as always. Your analysis helps a great deal. Thanks, Vegeta. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Can you explain a little more on why not to use funding talent? Again, I don't personally use them, so I can't really help you with that. But I just I think recently there have been some issues with server freezes and payouts, and a lot of people complaining. So that's all I've heard. I'm just saying what I've heard. So I'm not too sure. I can't really give you a proper opinion because I don't use them myself. Do you also use your strategy on specific forex pairs? Yeah, I used to do it quite a lot on AUD USD, AUD USD, the Aussie dollar one. I used to use a strategy quite a lot on that. Not so much recently, but that's one. And then obviously GBP USD as well works pretty nicely. For example, here you go. There's a perfect entry right there, within 1 second of looking. So you got buy star. We're far off the 200. Buy star, RSI crossing upwards, LMI green, LMI green. Easy as you like right there. So yeah, that's for a currency pair. Do you use the same strategy for D30? Yes, I do. What time frame? What time does DAX open? US third. Whichever time the London Open is for you. But usually it starts moving at least an hour before the London Open. So yeah, whatever time. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what time the London Open is in US time, but whichever time the London is, and then an hour before that is pretty much when you'll catch some good moves on DAX. Hopefully that helps. I've been trying to get into DAX, but I'd be confused about the one and close times. I assume you meant open. So I always miss major movements. Yeah. So because it's in Germany, it's pretty much this. It's very similar time zone to the UK. So it's around London Open, and like I said, start looking for about an hour before London Open. Hi Brutus, if you weren't on stream, would you take trade of the opening candle? I think I would. I think I would have gone for a scalp. I know it doesn't line up with the strategy, but I would have gone for a scalp. Just a very very quick one. So I would have I would have seen this like, so the RSI, it would have given me the confidence to place a short somewhere around here as I saw it start to fall back off, and then I would have just closed at this support level right here. That's what I've done. If I think if I was like sat here kind of already like to start scalping and stuff, and everything I like set up correctly, I would have gone for a scalp on this opening candle, only because of the rejection of the 200 moving average, and both the 15-minute and the hourly both correlating with oversold. Sorry, overbought. So that's why I would have been comfortable putting a quick sell scalp on. Oh yes, I like DAX. It moves good. Yes, it does. What size is your monitor? So I have two. I have a 35-inch curved one as my main monitor, and then I've got a secondary 27-inch that's kind of, it's like a vertical screen, so I can read the chat from, and I have my charts up there if I'm doing other uni work on my main screen. I then have a vertical screen for my charts as my second screen. But yeah, 35-inch curved, 27-inch normal monitor on the side. Have you tried your strategy on crypto? I haven't personally, but I have quite a few students who sign up to do a one-to-one with me, who have then applied the strategy to crypto, and they've had some success with it. So yeah, it would work. And I do have real people, signing up to do like these one-to-ones with me who kind of only trade crypto, and have made it work. When you set the indicator to buy, sell, start, is it also relative time frame you set it in? Yes, it is. Is LMI a tool similar to RSI? I mean, that would be quite unfair on the LMI, I think, to say if it's similar to the RSI, just because it's been, hand coded from the Perfect Entry team. It's not the same. It's a very complex mathematical calculation. I can actually show you the maths it was based off of. I think I saw it just then, actually. Yeah. So if you guys want, you can go and read up on this. So it's the same maths that was used to code the LMI. It's very complicated stuff, but no, it's not the same as the RSI. How much is a one-on-one with you? It is $100 per hour. So that's just the company, like that's the company rate. So it's just a universal, price for any of us. So I don't. Oh wow, sorry, this candle's moving a bit crazy. But yeah, so a one-on-one is $100 per hour of my of a call with me, and then you can use that. There's a price frozen. You can use that. You can use that time in any way you want. We can discuss anything, any kinds of strategies using the pip hunter indicators, or even just trading things in general, psychology, mindset, risk management, anything it might be. So you do your technical analysis on TV, then actual trades on MT4. Yes, that is exactly what the majority of people do, actually. That's kind of like the bread and butter of trading, really. Thoughts on NAS now? If I was, I'd be scalping buys right now, but I wouldn't put anything properly, just because as we've kind of seen, the hourly is looking a little bit funky. So usually this would look ideal for a sell, but just because of where we're actually at in terms of overall market structure, I would be quite hesitant to put on a proper sell right now. So I like, me personally, I'd be scalping buys right now, just off of this support. This one right here, I would be scalping buys, and then as the 15-minute starts to swing back up, you can scalp a couple more buys. But again, do that at your own risk. It's not following the strategy, so that's that's a personal decision. That's what I would be doing though. Which keyboard do you use? I have the Razer Huntsman, I think. Razer Huntsman, like whichever the best Razer one is, basically. I'm pretty sure it's the Razer Huntsman. That's the keyboard I use. It's mechanical, so it's quite loud, but I like to play some video games and stuff in my spare time, so it's good for video games. Yeah, that's that. All right, guys. Well, probably end it there. Solid 40-minute session. I think today was a more interesting open than usual. We spoke about a lot of things. Thanks again for everyone who tunes in. You can always find me on Discord. Oh, sorry, I just got one more question. Why would you not sell? Please elaborate. Because of where we are. Let me switch to hourly. This is a major. This whole structure right here is a major zone of support. Okay. So it's very likely that you'll just bounce straight off of it. If you put in like a proper sell. So the thing now actually really would to be look for a swing trade on a buy. That would kind of be, we're extremely far from the 200 moving average. We haven't broken through this yet, right? So once we break through this whole zone here, that you can put on a proper sell all the way back down to kind of these levels around here. But right now, I just, I wouldn't trust it to place a proper sell right now. Again, because of this structure right here, major support level. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. Thanks for the great information. Have a great day. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. So I'll just end it there, guys. You can always find me on Discord if you need anything. But yeah, have a good day. Have a good Tuesday as well, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Anything you need, send me a message on Discord. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys.